Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to the sneak peek of advanced Japanese grammar as there's frizzy hair is happening. Okay. Sorry, hashtag girl mode. All right, so for those that do not know me, my name is Rosita. I am a vocal and language coach, meaning not only do I teach people how to speak in different languages, I also teach people how to sing in them as well. Just building that communication gap, or rather bridging that, not causing, bridging that communication gap, especially when there is a language barrier. And speaking and singing are just some of the forms and how we communicate. And why not communicate in multiple languages, right? All right, so in today's advanced Japanese grammar class, we're going to go ahead and talk about transitive and intransitive verbs. Now, we're going to talk about the pairs actually. So, in English, some pairs of verbs, for an example, let's check out. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. What did I just do? Okay, there we go. Everything is okay. So, for an example, to raise and to rise. Now, to raise and to rise, they both have similar meanings, and they sound the same, right? But there is a difference. They differ in whether the relevant item serves as the direct object or it serves as the object. So, for an example, I will rise the flag versus me saying, the flag will rise. Sorry, I will raise the flag versus the flag will rise. Now, the flag in this sentence, the flag is the direct object of the verb to raise. But it is the subject of the verb to rise. So flag in this sentence, this first one, flag is the object. Whereas flag is the subject. So whenever we are dealing with transitive verbs, transitive verbs will have a direct object, whereas an intransitive verb will whereas the intransitive, sorry, my brain's working faster than my mouth. The transitive, the subject is being impacted. So, another example of a transitive and intransitive pair. is to lie and to lie. Now, there are not many pairs like this in English, but in Japanese, however, there are a bunch. There are a bunch. So let's look at the verb to break in Japanese. Do you guys remember how to say to break in Japanese? Well, we have kowasu. Kowasu will be the transitive verb. But what about if I put it into the rareru form? Arigato! Ah, coffee! Ureshii. Okay. If I put this in the rareru form, or the reru form, here I'll have kowareru. This is going to be in the intransitive form. So the item broken is going to be used. So the item broken is going to be marked by the direct object particle o when the verb is kowasu. For an example, if I wanted to say, my younger brother broke my father's camera, I would say something along the line of 弟が父のカメラを壊しました。弟が父のカメラを壊しました。So this is in its transitive form. 壊しました is just a conjugation of 壊す. Now, but if the object is marked by the particle ga, then we are going to use the intransitive form. So for an example, if I wanted to say my father's camera, so I'm using the object as the subject here. My father's camera broke. So I would say something along the lines of 父のカメラが壊れました. Can you guys see the difference? They are very similar, でしょ? So again, the transitive is where we have a direct object. We have the thing that is being impacted, the direct object is going to be towards the end of the sentence, and it's going to be identified by using the object particle o. Whereas, if we use the reru form, the direct object is going to serve as the subject that's being impacted. Plus, we'll have the particle ga plus the conjugation of the reru form. Now, if you guys are in my my Discord, I did lead a common list of transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So remember the first example when I was explaining transitive and intransitive verbs in English, to raise versus to rise? Well, that also applies in Japanese. For an example, if I had this particular structure, o ageru, then this will mean to raise something. Whereas if I had ga agaru, then this means something rises. Another example, let's talk about something opening. So if I had the sentence pattern o akeru, this means to open something. Whereas if I used ga aku, then this means something opens. And these are just a couple of pairs that exist in the Japanese language. Now, there is an exercise that I would like for you guys to do. Give me one second. So, if you guys are on my Discord, you guys will get a copy of this. It will be 5-5. And if you guys are interested, since this is a sneak peek of my VIP classes, just to let you guys know, if you guys are enjoying this class so far, please give this a like and go ahead and check out my other classes that I offer, including advanced Japanese grammar. And for $5 a person, you guys will have access to our Discord, the materials, and more. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry. I was thinking something like, why isn't it showing? I'm using Zoom. That's why. Okay. Now, we know about the raru forms, the sho. We will know this as potential verbs. Now, some verbs that you may encounter, such as mieru, or kikoeru, or wakaru. So, mieru, right now I'm just going to put this as to see. Kikoeru, which means to hear. And wakaru, for now, to understand. Oh, let's do one more. Dekiru. To be able to. Includes, these conjugations are going to include the potential meaning, and expresses that there's a possibility for the speaker to execute a particular action. Now, this is understood by using direct objects of these verbs, and they're going to be marked by using the particle ga rather than using the particle o. So, for an example, oh my goodness, we can see Fuji-san. So we can see Mount Fuji! Exclamation point. So, Fuji-san ga miemasu yo. Fuji-san ga miemasu yo. So that eru, or the emas, is showing potential that we are able to do something, that we're able to execute it. We have the opportunity, we have the possibility of seeing Mount Fuji. Now, so we were talking about the rareru forms, and now we're talking about the eru forms. Kori-san! Hello, sir. Just to let you know, we are public. Okay? Just letting you know now. Genki desu ka? Ah, yeah. Tadaima. Okay. So, we just reviewed what we learned last week, just to let you know, so you did not miss anything new. Except for, okay, maybe 1 minute. You did miss 1 minute of something new. So we just got into learning about potential verbs. And this is something that we learn about in intermediate Japanese. Specifically, the second Genki book, chapter 13. For those that are following the Genki book, that's the textbook that we use in my VIP classes, which is available on Amazon for a Kindle version. I'll leave the link. I'll leave the link to it in the comments below, and also I'll give you guys a link if you want the copy of the textbook. Okay. So, there are particular verbs that cannot be used with the potential verb ending or the potential suffix ending of rareru and eru, because they already include the potential meaning. So verbs like wakaru and dekiru. So if I put this side by side, ne, mieru versus mirareru, and if I put kikoeru versus kikoeru. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I swear my brain is not working today. And then Kiko, yeah, I was right. I was right. Key collate it. Okay. Now, please note that these are expressions of I know it's the same pronunciation. From miru and kiku, to listen. So here, mieru and kikoeru expresses what is spontaneously available for the speaker. Whereas kikeru and mieru expresses what the speaker can consciously do. if that person wants to do it. So again, oh my goodness. Mieru and kikoeru expresses what is spontaneously available for the speaker to do, like at that situation. They can do it. Whereas mirareru and kikeru, they express the person can do it if the person wants to. That's the slight difference. That is the slight nuance between the two. So, an example from a book I also use to teach, I really like this example. If you buy a 2,000 yen ticket, you can see a show. So, 2,000 yenのチケットを買えばショーが見られます。2,000円のチケットを買えばショーが見られます。But if I said something along the lines of, if you use headphones, you can listen to music. So, ヘッドション、ヘッドホン、ヘッドホンを使えば、音楽が聞けます。So, here we learned the different nuances between darareru, the potential suffix for darareru or eru, and how certain verbs cannot use these potential suffix because they already imply. And also will also have a slightly different nuance from these verb endings. So let's go ahead and just review what we've learned. So at the beginning of the class, we reviewed about transitive and intransitive verbs. How the transitive verbs will have a direct object towards the end of the sentence. Whereas intransitive verbs, the direct object is going to serve as the subject. And that is when the verb becomes an intransitive. And there will be a change in the verb conjugations, which would be similar to those in the potential forms. Now, potential forms, you will use endings like rareru and eru, which expresses that you have the potential of doing something. But verbs, like mieru, kikoeru versus mirareru and kikoeru, they can have a slight change in meaning. One, for mieru and kikoeru, will mean that at that moment you're able to do something. Whereas, whereas mirareru and kikoeru sorry, mirareru and kikeru expresses what you can do if you wanted to. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, Nerisse. Just to let you know.
What do you mean with that message to send it to me? I didn't understood.
I'll just let you know we're public. So, yeah. Just wanted to let you know. If you've sent me messages, I'll check it on the Discord. Because I have not checked in the Discord since I started teaching. Gomene. Okay. Now, there is an example, or rather, there's an exercise that I would like for you guys to do. And since you got now both of my these exercise will be available for you on our Discord. And you're going to tell me and you guys are going to tell me if we're going to use o or ga to indicate if we are using an intransitive form or transitive form. And this is going to be dependent if the direct object is going to be a subject or not. That's how you know which particle we are going to use. Are we going to use o or are we going to use ga? And then also, in the combination of the same exercise, you're going to choose which form of the verb we are going to use. So for an example, for number 3, we have Fujisan ga. Now, are we going to use miraremashita or mimashita? Which one are we going to use? And there are four of these exercises. Ne, 質問がありますか? Are there any questions? No? Awesome. And of course, for my students that are watching this, you guys can always rewatch this video. It will be on YouTube. We are live on there. But please leave your answers into the group in the Discord. Wow. So speaking is definitely an issue for me today. And thank you so much for your patience. All right, since there are no questions, I hope you guys will join us at 2:00 for Cooking Up a Language. Since it's one of my students' birthday today, Annalise no 誕生日! We are making an udon dish called niku udon. So, I did post a recipe in our Discord under wow, you would think I remember all my channels, right? the
Cooking channel.
The cooking channel that I have. I did post the recipe for that. So, definitely check it out. And I shall see you guys in 26 minutes, which gives me enough time to
You're so
finish
early. I will type anything to you, and after that, I will leave.
Wakata. Understood. All right, guys. Until next time, I shall see you soon.
Bye.